We are back.
What's up?
You're gonna like you're not accustomed.
Ooh, to what? Nah, I lose it.
After a whole year.
No. A year since two of us did our last
Well,
vlog.
yeah, you did one after.
Yeah, I did a couple of stuff. Welcome back to our channel, Germine
Well,
Vlogs.
your channel.
It's our channel now. What's mine is yours. Yours is mine.
Hallelujah.
I know it's selective when women say that. They want certain things and certain things they don't want. I understand. And if you're married, you would understand too. But we're here after another year.
Yes.
Actually, the title of this vlog was supposed to be
1 year later.
no, 365 days later.
Yes. I survived.
What that's supposed to mean?
Exactly what it means, being away from my family.
Who's your family?
My relatives.
Your relatives.
My relatives.
Okay,
My
right.
church family.
Now that we have that established.
Yes.
Yeah, you sorry for saying what you just
I
said
know,
just now.
Apologize.
Yes.
But yeah, being away from my relatives, you know, starting over from scratch, every single thing, you know.
Somewhat scratch. So we came across with stuff.
Well,
I'm saying crazy. We started over from scratch,
yes.
but not scratch, but we started over from scratch.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, we started over from scratch. So I survived a year. I didn't think I would have made it through.
Everybody survive.
I didn't.
I survive,
Yeah, but it's different for you.
and I still survive.
But we'll get into all of that.
Yeah, the children survive, everybody survives.
So we want to talk about...
But before that, we want to give God thanks and praise
Oh God, we have plenty to give
for
God
surviving.
thanks. Yes.
Are we on the topic of surviving?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just going to share a little bit of our experiences for the past year. On the 4th of February 2023, it marked 1 year since I moved back home, and since Renis, Joshua and Joel moved to St. Lucia to live.
Yes. We're giving you all an update.
Yeah.
Because you all would have seen a little bit of the process, and I mean, through the reason why we would not have updated, well, or kept active, is because so much was happening.
A lot was happening, believe it or
But
not.
at the same time, nothing was happening. But so much was
Nothing
happening.
was happening, but a lot was happening. Actually, I'm sure both.
Yeah.
Because there are days when, well, let me say weeks, when nothing was happening that we want to vlog about, but we could still take time and create content. But at the same time, we didn't have the time to sit down and create the content because we want something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get straight into it and just share with you guys what we learned from this experience. Wow.
Describe the experience. This tremendous experience.
That's one word.
This tough experience.
Trying experience.
Trying experience. Yeah. Trying it is.
Trying it was. And still is at times.
No, I don't know about the label.
Yeah.
Trying it is.
Yeah. But what about you, Germine? What did you learn?
I learned a lot.
Yes, so
I
tell us.
learned a lot. I learned patience.
Yes.
I learned to trust God. I give you a list, right? What I learned. Boy, I even learned places in my own country I didn't know before I left. Not that I wasn't going anywhere, but it's to get to these places. And now I have the opportunity to go there all the time. All the time. Yeah, so thank God for all the time. What you learn?
Endurance. Being able to make it to the end in spite of what challenges you may face, in spite of the trials, being able to endure.
Now I yonder. Don't make it. That doesn't mean that what she said wasn't making sense, eh? If you know the time we record that vlog is because we want something to happen. Them children sleeping.
That's one of the reasons why we don't vlog too, because they're always up in the mix. But anyway, I also learned to trust God, because it really was a season where you're seeing nothing happening, and you're seeing like you're in the slums, and it's like you just want to do your own thing, but when you do your own thing or you try to do something on your own, nothing is happening. It's not working out. I remember even with the business, you know, I would try so many different things, and you're seeing you're using up the little bit of resources that we had, and nothing coming in return. It's like, whatever. I actually gave up on my business, but we'll get into that.
We both give up on your business, because I agree with you when you said, well, that's it then. I agree with you.
But, you know, trust God. And one other thing I learned is that a strong marriage relationship will be able to help you go through these kind of... Why you keep doing it? Sorry. A strong marriage relationship will help you go through these kinds of trials. I mean, things that we would have gone through before this season, I believe it would have prepared us for that. Because if we had to go through this about 2-3 years before,
one of us would have been here recording a vlog.
And our marriage would have crashed. We probably may not have been together, but the things that we learned in those past seasons is what kept us through and kept us connected to each other.
We were equipped, not even knowing we were being equipped.
Yes, and I mean, we were prepared, but we were unaware that we were prepared for something like this. So that's me. Oh, and the biggest thing, hardships build a strong family bond, because it brought us closer to our children. And it brought us closer together, you know, being able to talk about what we're going through, because it's just us. I mean, let me not say that. It's not just us, but it's just us.
We going through
going through it, yes.
Together.
Yeah. So we have family around and all of that, but, you know, you don't want to burden.
Nobody.
Yeah, we have friends, you don't want to burden anybody. So it's just us. So we talk it through, we cry it through, we hug it through, you know. It just brought us together as a family.
I apologize.
Yes, you know, I mean, you want to go there.
I take it hard, no, but I took it hard a couple of days too, because wanting to get a job, because, you know, we didn't have the capital. Well, based on how we move, if you know, watch the last vlog, you hear what happened when we move and stuff, and we end up spending more than what we budget for. So the plan was to start our businesses, and when we came here, the capital was a little low. Even when finances came, it's just like it had to go in bills, it had to go in rent, it had to go in food for the children. Because I was glad when I got this opportunity with the ad with Joel, the baby ad, the diaper ad. And one of my videos actually on one of my shots on this channel actually, with Joel and myself, they use a clip from it in a baby ad. Don't put your feet shaking the thing.
Sorry.
If you do it again, I will make you out.
But you just did.
Pretend I didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, one of the videos, they use a clip, and I was offered some of US money, US dollars, and I said yes. I get the amount of money I need to bring in my equipment and stuff, to do my graphics and stuff.
But that didn't happen.
When that thing that boiled down like Baji, he's Baji.
But it was timely.
It was timely. It helped.
Yes, because there was some pressing needs.
Yeah. I
think it came around the same time when Joshua was starting school.
Yeah, so we had to get some things.
It was there, like. But anyway, sometime
I managed to save from it though.
Yes.
Put something aside. It's still aside, so.
Another thing is delays, not denial. Delays, not denial.
Because we were applying for jobs.
And
didn't I mention applying for jobs? We were applying, and we were looking. Imagine I had my mother helping me look. I had, who else was helping me look?
Everybody.
My friends was helping me look. When they get something, you just see something on WhatsApp coming. So you'd see the advertisements coming through. And if not all, most of them, we apply for, right? Most of them we apply for, and it's like you just applying for jobs over and over. It felt for me that's all I'm doing. Applying for jobs just so. I wasted my time applying for jobs. I just applying. One job I applied 3 times because the ad came back. So I was like, did I get my first application? They didn't get the second application. Yeah, so, and when we finally got the job, it's like, thank you, Jesus.
And the amount of jobs that kept coming when you finally got a job.
When you get a job, it's like every day, like the Gara buses. When you in Gara for a bus, you see none. Let's say 7 people by the road. About 3 14-seaters coming to pick up 7 people.
And don't have too much high expectations. I came with a lot of expectations for a lot of things, and none of them were met.
You thinking too high, you see. It's a good thing to think high, but it's a bad thing to also think high. But we think too high.
Don't say you think too high.
You smoking.
But none of them were met. So thankfully I'm not the type of person to just shut down. I adjust. What's the problem?
You said something that bothered me a little bit.
Why bother you?
You're not the person to shut down.
I am not the type of person to shut down and give up and just throw in the towel.
Well, okay, alright.
Exactly.
But when you said it confused me a little bit.
No, you have your moments.
Yeah.
But I'm not the type of person to just give up on life because I know it didn't go my way. No.
Yeah.
So it didn't go my way. I just adjust, change the routes, and go with the flow. That's just me. So I had a lot of going with the flow to do in a lot of situations. But at the end of the day, as we said earlier on, it's about trusting God. It's not about your own agenda. And I think that was the problem. For me, at least. I came with my agenda for so many things, and I didn't allow God to have His way. I have one experience with that. In February, the Lord told me, don't do nothing, no work, no cake, no nothing. But the time I is, let me say it in my Trinity twang, I is a hustler. So I just look
like
for
I'm a hustler.
No, I look for every opportunity to make money because we have needs. That's just the type of person that I am. So I'm looking for it. So when we came here, we came in the Friday. Why are you smiling like that?
I'm on camera.
We came in the Friday. I had a cake the Saturday. The cake was popped down. Not my standard. Then I tried to do a breakfast sale. I don't know what happened to my pies. My pies was real hard. But then after I remember, the Holy Spirit said to me, I told you don't do anything.
You don't even do puffs.
I did puffs. The puffs. My puffs. If you don't know me, my puffs. Top of the line puffs. And the Holy Spirit said, I told you don't do anything. I told you to take this month to spend time with me, and I totally disregarded that.
You don't listen.
And everything that I did within that month was like popped down. Totally out of the standard. So, trust God and allow God's agenda to be first and foremost ahead of yours.
Yep.
Germine, would you do it again?
What you not twice for? What you not twice for? That is the question. You don't like yourself?
Well, I have a different perspective.
Yeah, if I would do it again, I was joking, and you all know that. If I were to do it again, God, yeah, I will put this. If God had to put me through that again, then I'd have a choice. But the good thing about it is, I know up front what to be ready for and what to expect.
Now,
but on the other hand, in the next situation, with our same situation.
That means you ain't learn your lesson, but anyway.
No, sometimes you have to move again and you still prepare for this because you went through this already, and then something else come up.
For me, it's twofold. I would never, if given the choice to redo life,
So
I would.
If God said pick up and go somewhere now.
Hold on. if given the choice to redo this, what we went through, I would really choose, on one hand, to stay in my place and live life how I was living life. However, that year was a different year. As much as it was...
All the years were different. That one was different.
As much as it was full of struggles, full of trials, it was a year where I drew closer to God. Because of my circumstance, I was forced. You know, sometimes God tries to get your attention. He got my attention, and I spent so much time with God, and because of that, I will not do it again. However,
you don't want to spend time with God.
However, because of that, I will do it again. Sorry, my mistake. However, I'm not going to make the error of not spending time with God. Just have to go through that again. I will make it a conscious, be intentional about making sure that I give God my first, being in His Word, being in prayer, so that He doesn't have to put me through that now, you know, to be able to get time with me.
That's what you say. Yeah, but sometimes, boy, it could just come unexpectedly. But if it has to happen, you're ready for it.
Hopefully.
I'm ready yet.
So
I still trying to stand up here. You see me there? I still trying to stand up.
So if it have to happen again, what would you do different?
The first thing I would do, I say God, because when God did the assignment, I say, well, God to be going, we going. So now I say, God, what are you doing? And the first thing I would do different. I say, God, what you doing?
So if God come and say, Germine, time to go back to Trinidad.
I say, God.
I'm packing up and I go in one time.
Well, that is you, but I say, God, you sure? You sure?
Oh my God.
You send the finger to say back.
For me, now we had our savings, but because of our
issue
quantity of things that we had.
Of collateral. Because we could have sold those things.
The chunk of our savings. Yeah, because some of the things we have here, we can't use it because of the electrical.
In this place,
Yeah.
Because Trinidad is there by default. There things is 110.
Yeah. If I had known or remembered,
it's 220. 220, 240 somewhere there. So you need transformers for all the 110 things that we bring up.
So a lot of my
we
kitchen
sold our
appliances,
furniture, but she kept
a lot of my kitchen appliances I can't use because we don't have transformer for the size.
It's heavy. I was about to say it's heavy or anything. My thing's smaller, so you could work on the transformer that we have.
But just not to digress, one of the things, because of our, as we said, the amount of things we had to carry over, what we had saved was used on the airport because we shipped certain things, but then we had a lot of other things like clothes and all these things. So we spent so much money in luggage.
I never spent so much money in one day.
Caribbean Airlines luggage, a lot of money.
I never spent so much money in one day, I tell you.
So the capital.
We spent more than what the credit card could hold in earnest. We maxed the credit card plus.
Ah, Lord Jesus. So the capital really, I would try and save more. That's one thing I would do, try and save more.
When it's in the airport, taking out that card, put it, swipe it, come back, take the next card, put it, swipe it, take the next card.
You make it sound like how much cards we used. It was just 2 cards.
We used more than one.
It was 2 cards.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would save more to be able to stand on our own 2 feet comfortably. Yes, comfortably, because we were renting. From the very moment we came here, we were renting.
Yeah.
I would save more. So that's advice I would give to anybody. You're moving, make sure you have.
And we had our little thing coming in there, but it wasn't enough to cover everything. So some months we are taking no utilities. Another month that utility that we neglect, we have to pay because we don't need to cut, and then ignore the next one, that kind of way.
Yes, and then you have children.
Who always hungry, say the whole thing.
You have children.
Who always hungry, they will eat now. Next 2 minutes, the eye in the corner of the eye watch something. Daddy, I hungry. No, you're not hungry. Yes, I hungry. So what do you want? I want that.
Another thing is more research in terms of shipping costs. in terms of how life is here. Because look at our appliances, we can't use it. We didn't remember all of that. We knew, but we didn't remember.
Yeah, we didn't say that.
So those are things that could have been sold. So I would do more research, and then we kind of get a little rip-off with the shipping because we were told one price, and then
it wasn't really rip-off, you know. You know, we trust strangers too much.
Rip-off.
It was
given
not rip-off.
One price, and then when time to come
No,
now,
the guy gave us the wrong information. Because when you look at the price the guy gave us, that would have been dog cheap.
True.
So we went with that. We went headstrong.
So that was our budget.
We almost shipped things for people too.
Yeah. Because
no, we really ship for people. I just say
you said almost.
We almost.
Yeah.
The price was so good that we wanted to look for people. You know, we could have looked for people.
Oh gosh, sometimes can't take it serious to do. But anyway, and as I said earlier, I wouldn't have so many expectations. I would just come and just allow life to happen. That is what I would do differently.
Don't work so heavy.
What, you can't just allow life to happen?
No, you have to do something or you go with the flow.
What I mean, that's what I
go with the
mean.
flow,
My
yeah.
expectations, you know, just allow God to do what He has to do rather than come and say, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm expecting with this, that.
Understood.
Yes. Was it what? Well, I guess we answered that question already.
It was not what we expected.
No, it isn't what I expected.
Still is not.
Still is not.
Yeah, here and there with next.
Totally different.
When I say here and there, I mean here, I mean there, I mean, but Berenice would know what I'm talking about it, but if I tell her, she would know. I just picture in my mind, I say in here, there.
One of the things that was really, really challenging for me, and it kind of made me give up on my business, is the difference in ingredients. Now, Trini's back home. You all know the standard and the quality of Mama Puffs. You all know what you all will get. My sponge cake, everybody know about my sponge cake. And when I came here, well boy, I can't make cake to save my life. Because something...
I thought you was in a panic mode and you just...
No, it wasn't.
I keep telling you something wrong. Do a postmortem. I was like the guy to do the postmortem on Berenice's products. It's like, what? Follow the recipe. And she said, I know my recipe. And I said, she just saying she knows she recipe and she must forget to put something in that.
So it's...
You did forget to put something.
No.
The butter from Trinidad.
Yeah. And the flour from Trinidad.
The oil content.
Totally different.
Could I say the oil content?
Well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the problem is.
Because when you use the same amount of butter with the butter here, you get your cake soft.
Yes,
soft.
My mother-in-law teach me to make cake and she teaching me and I saying, but why somebody have to teach you when you know what to do?
And you did that before already.
And I did these things before.
Yeah.
And everything she showed me, I saying, but that is how I make my cake. What is the problem? So I tried her recipe and her technique. It came out good, but then when it got cold, the cake was just
you left it a little
stiff.
too long in the oven.
The cake was very soft and moist when it came out. When it got cold, it was stiff. Something is wrong.
No.
But in assessing, I think the type of flour, the ingredient is what is the difference. Because when I went back home this last time, I did a cake. Oh my God, that tasted so amazing. That was my cake.
I didn't taste it, so I can't really
Well,
say.
that's your business.
Well, didn't taste it.
That was my cake.
That's
oh,
beautiful and that's
delicious, moist,
so that
melt
person
in
now
your
just leave the
mouth.
channel.
You and your
You
viewers.
don't go nowhere. Stay there and watch.
But yeah, so I still have not gotten it. I'm still in testing phases. But that was one of the things I kind of just, you know what, I'm not bothering with this business. I will do my pastries because nothing was wrong with my pastries. I finally get the puffs down, back down.
Yeah.
And we were going good with that.
But you had your doubles on point.
Hey, doubles and roti on
yeah.
point. Those things were on point. But in terms of the baking side, I kind of give up on the...
So you don't think,
The
I'm
baking
not
side.
saying that, you don't think it's the gas in the oven?
What?
Because we use the same flour here, you use your flour from over there to make your doubles and things. So it could not be.
No, when you're making cake, the type of flour doesn't...
I don't know, I'm not a baker, so I don't know, I'm just guessing.
But anyway,
Yeah.
still in the testing phases. Whatever God wants to do, God will do.
Yeah.
I'm at a point where I just go with the flow. Whatever happens.
Well, you have a choice, you know.
I just go with the
Right?
flow.
But we managed.
We did well.
How did we manage?
Well, we are alive, right? I survived. You survived. The children survived.
The goodness of God.
I mean, you know what is the amazing thing for me? The children are settled.
Them children settled
Immediately.
like that.
Well, not Jewel, huh?
Jewel went to school, she was shy. Because
really
remember,
shy.
Jewel was never a school person.
Yeah.
We came here in 2020, January 2020. That's when we came from my grandmother's 100th birthday. That vlog is also on the channel. When we went back home, Jewel started daycare.
For like a month or two.
Because of some of the things that she couldn't stay around you because of what you were doing. And we decided to put her in daycare where Joshua was going preschool. And a month.
Yeah, pandemic hits.
Pandemic hit one time. Because remember, pandemic hit here in March. It hit St. Lucia in March. But it hit Trinidad before March.
I cannot remember.
We had lockdown in March.
Right.
When things were out of control.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jewel was a bit quiet and reserved.
But around Carnival was around the last of the time that we were outside. I remember that. Because the last Carnival, I work outside. Yeah. But Jewel was shy when she came. She wasn't thing. And there are days she didn't want to go to school.
Yes.
So we want to know what they do now in the school.
Yeah, really
well,
thought she has been abused or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, we know the people, so that wasn't in our mind. But, you know, as a parent, like, why should you want to go?
Yeah.
You know? But she is...
But now she...
Jewel is a different child.
When she's not there, you just get a call and say what happened to Jewel.
Yes.
Jewel singing the loudest. She jumping all around. She going in the next class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
she like
children
herself.
really settled, you know.
Joshua
immediately.
Joshua was immediately. I remember going to pick up Joshua and saying, Joshua was referred to as Joshua, the boy from the new boy from Trinidad. So when I go pick up Joshua, all the children, Joshua! Joshua who passing the parents' vehicle. Joshua who passing a bus with the mother. Joshua! Only by the road for bus to come up.
Joshua.
Who passing, walking on the next side, going on the next side of the road. Joshua! Everybody calling Joshua with him.
And then in his first term.
Joshua, you know that person? Yeah, he in my class.
In his first term, Joshua came first.
Yeah, Joshua. I thought that would have affected, the move would affect him. But it didn't. It didn't. Thank God for that.
Thank
Joshua
God for
came first. The last term there, which is first term in grade 1, I went...
For the trainees who don't know what grade 1 is, second year.
Okay, grade 1 is second
Grade
year.
1 is second year, yeah.
I learned too.
Yeah. So...
I now get accustomed to it because I was accustomed to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So stage 1 is kindergarten. Stage 2, which is second year, is grade 1. So I wasn't expecting him to top the class again. Not that I didn't believe in him. But I say,
his
whatever.
behavior cannot change.
Yeah, that it changed too, yeah.
So,
and he got more comfortable.
Yeah, so we thought, you know.
That would affect his grades.
I remember one day I said, Joshua, you have tests, you have to study. And something I told him, he said, yes, I will pass my test. I said, you have to revise, do your work. No, I will pass because I'm bright.
That's my child.
So sad. So done, bright boy, come home.
Yeah, but he made us proud,
And then he's running now. I never did
Joshua
Joshua
running fast.
But you will hear more about that in his vlog because we're really trying to
come back to YouTube.
It is a challenge because you have cares of family, marriage, children, and time.
And still business.
You know what time it is? It's 10:15. And we're making a sacrifice to record this.
Somebody is saying that late.
It's late.
But we have to go and sleep over tomorrow.
Yes.
10 o'clock has been bed already.
So, you know, the cares of life, but Germine will try to keep up with you all.
I will try.
Yes.
Try my utmost best.
Yeah. But what are some comparisons?
Before even go to that, the help that we had.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that, you know, how would we have survived?
Yeah. We had my family.
Your relatives. Because if you do me that, I have to do it to you too.
I was just checking to see you, pick up.
But it's family.
Yeah.
So,
my relatives, my parents' side.
What mean your parents' side? Who on the side it to be?
My family is here. So my family on my parents' side.
Even on my side as well.
Yeah,
you know,
we had help.
Oh gosh, our landlady.
Sometimes when you're not expecting, you just get.
Yes. And that's what I like about it.
And I'm talking about just money. Although I wanted no money, I wanted a job.
Yeah, because you know something Germine would always say is I don't want money. I want a job so I can handle my stories.
Because if you're giving me, let me say money or food, how long are you going to give me money for? If you know somebody who needs somebody to work,
call me. Yeah. Teach him how to fish.
Don't just give me the
feed
fish.
Him for a lifetime.
Don't just give me fish. Teach me how to fish.
Teach him how to fish, yeah. But we have the best landlady. Oh my God. And landlord. Husband and wife. The best.
Even on a Sunday.
Yeah, the best.
Oh, I guess that what FM. That's why I seen it. When you see Fat FM coming down, I know Nicole, she's not disturbing us yet, but she's not disturbing us.
But she is the best, caring, lover. She's a Mayborn too, so.
Yes. Best people.
Best people.
Yeah.
Very loving, she pays attention to the children. She looks out for us in any way possible. Thank God for our landlady. And our church family.
Church family as the next year.
So
pastor, members.
And it brings you back to say a community. You know, we always say it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And that was your village.
Remember what I said when I came back here, even being here in this place, what if I was a troubled child?
Yeah.
When the opportunity came to get to rent this place, I would have gotten no answer.
Because of
Germine, I don't want
exactly.
That boy have no behavior and no respect.
It goes back to community and how you live with people, how you deal with people. People will always be willing to extend a hand when you are in need and when you can do it. That's why I always say, you know, because we're traveling, we don't have a vehicle.
Even before you go on that,
I survived.
with thing, with behavior and how you treat people. My grandmother dead, but big up her. And it's because of her I get some favor too. The job that I have.
Yes.
Once the man, well, my boss, when he interviewed me, he wanted somebody trustworthy. He kept reiterating that somebody trustworthy. He said he don't want people to go in, because his people, the technicians go in people's houses to do the work. And he said if anybody call him and say, well, there's still this and that in their house, he said he would die to know that his workers are involved in robbery. So when you think, then we doing my background check and stuff, and then he say, well, I say so and so is my grandmother thing. He said, well, I know your mother. Once you tell me the name now, I'm comfortable already. We just had to finish the interview. Because we in it. Another place I went on the job, and I met this lady, and she said my face looked familiar. And I told her face looked familiar too. So doing my thing and asked me who's my people in Gara. When I told her I'm from Gara, I mentioned my grandmother's name. By breakfast in our villa, yes?
In our villa.
For me and my co-worker. I can't mention the villa next to the boss watching, and then the people find out the fruits and things go to workers, the egg and thing go to workers, the tomato and lettuce and juice and thing go to. Nobody was like a little thing, so big up mom for that.
But yeah, your community and how you live with people will determine. And as I was going to say, you know, even traveling, you know, a lot of people just stop and give us a ride.
Yeah.
And I always tell Germine, when we get our vehicle, we have to
can't pass people.
You can't pass anybody straight. Always.
You can't pick up anybody, but you still can't pass anybody straight. Yeah.